If you're a small business owner running a January sale right now, I want to ask you something and I want you to answer me honestly. What's your plan for when this sale ends? It's not about how long has this sale been running for, not how big the discount is, but actually what happens after somebody buys from you at this lower price that you are now selling at. Because the truth is, right, a lot of January sales are not helping small businesses move forwards and helping them to achieve the goals that they really want to achieve. They are quietly setting them back and they're costing you money too. So today, I want to show you why this is, and more importantly, what you can do instead so that January doesn't become this desperate race to the bottom where you're continually slashing your prices and hoping that this is magically going to start getting more customers shopping with you. So I know that January is a weird month for so many small businesses. You've just come out of December. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you're a little bit relieved. Sales have slowed down because naturally a lot of your shoppers have spent their money in December. They're now getting their credit card statements and they're going, well, actually, I'm going to tighten the reins a little bit here. So I know that your cash flow probably feels tight right now. So you're there, you're looking at other big businesses, you're saying, well, they're running sales, so maybe the logical thing to do right now is to run a sale. And I get it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with running a sale at all, except the problem is this. Most small businesses are only planning the discount. All you're doing is saying, okay, well, I'm going to slash 20, 30, 40% off of my retail price. And then what? You haven't planned for the outcome. So what happens? You start attracting people who only buy when you're selling at a cheaper rate. You only get people who then shop and then disappear as soon as that sale ends. And then they never come back and shop with you when you're trying to sell things at full price. That isn't customer attraction. That is a one-off transaction. And if you're not careful, you will start training these shoppers to think, well, it's okay. They'll just discount again in the future. I will wait until I shop with them. And I can promise you this, that so many of those big chains that you might be looking at saying, I need to compete with them, I need to keep up with them, they have trained their customer base to only shop with them when they have a sale on. And that is why they have sales on again and again and again and again. And it's why so many of them are now going into liquidation because they're not making the profit that they should be making. As a small business, you cannot afford to do that same thing. We cannot afford for you to follow their blueprint, which is not sustainable for you. So here is the part that most people do not like hearing. A January sale without a return plan is costing you more than it is making you because your margins are much lower. Your energy is having to be higher because you're putting it all in to try and get these people to buy from you, hoping that you're going to make enough money at the end of the month to cover your rent, to cover your wages, to cover your costs. And your future revenue is actually going to be weaker because you've only attracted people that want to shop with you when you're selling at a low price. You see, you've done the hard work. We're already sitting there going, okay, well, I've done the marketing. I've got my products, I've got my services, I've got the packaging, I'm managing to fulfill them, I'm serving the customers that are coming to shop with me, and then you're just simply letting them go again. So you're not following up. You're not giving them a reason to return. You're not giving them a next step. So instead of January being this foundation month where you're casting your net out, you're getting people to know who you are, what your business sells, what it is that you want to be known for, instead it becomes another month where you're putting your fireman's hat on because you are going to get to the end of January with no more returning customers coming back to you, and you're in damage control, firefighting your way through February, trying to find another hack, another trick, another something else that somebody else is doing. hoping that you can then start making more money to get you through that month. Now, I don't mean this to be all doom and gloom, but there is a way through this, and it doesn't have to be complicated. It just means that you have to enter January with a different thought process. And it's this, right? Each January sale, if you're running a sale, it has to be treated as the start of a relationship, not the end of an easy, quick transaction. And there are two ways that you can do this, right? Well, there are more than two ways, but I'm going to give you two ways today. The first one is to plan the return before the sale ends. So what I mean by this is before you run a sale, or even if it's already live, I want you to ask yourself, why would this customer come back in the next 30 to 60 days and come and shop with me again at full price? Now, it could be a follow-up email. It could be early access to something new that you've got launching. It could be a loyalty incentive, or it could be a simple personal touch that makes that customer feel seen and understood and more highly valued than what other small businesses have made them feel in the past. If you have no planned return path, you are simply relying on luck, and you're crossing your fingers and you're hoping, and you haven't got a real strategy in place. Option two is to sell the relationship that you're building, not just the price. Okay, so let's say you're running a discount already. Yeah, okay, that person might be coming to shop with you because of the discount that you have right now. But that doesn't mean that price has to be the most important part of this transaction. We want you to use the sale to get that person onto your email list. We want you to introduce who you are, what you stand for, and how your business can really benefit them in the best way possible. We want you to show them what makes your business different and why they should come back and shop with you again over going somewhere else. The real value of a January sale isn't actually the discounted price. It's the second purchase they make at full price that makes that discount worthwhile. And this is the trap that so many of you are falling into. You slash your prices, you think, oh, I've got a couple of quick sales here, but there is no follow-up that enables you to balance out that cheap price into a full priced product or service. If January feels stressful or overwhelming in your business, it's usually not because you're doing too little. I know you're running around and you're desperately trying all these different things, hoping that something is going to work for you, but you're doing things without a real plan in place. Sales aren't bad. Discounts aren't bad. But without intention, they do erode the trust and the confidence and the profit and the momentum. So January isn't about selling cheaper and having desperate discounts. It's about setting up the rest of your year properly so people know what to expect when they come and shop with you, and they understand the value, not necessarily low price, that you can bring to them. So here's your task for today. And I want you to actually do this, please. I want you to take your current January sale, if you're running one right now, and answer this question honestly. What is my plan to bring back these customers at full price? And if you don't have an answer yet, it's okay, it's all right. But it's your opportunity to fix it right now before January ends. And if you want more help in planning your customer attraction properly without burning yourself out or discounting your value until there is literally nothing left, check out the link underneath this episode, and I'll show you how you can get my eyes on your business to help you to create plans for 2026 that you can actually stick to and enjoy. This is the year that you can finally turn your business into a sustainable, profitable business if you create a plan that you can follow. Okay? I hope you have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.